Alright, this is going to be a little bit more on fungi so you can better understand where they fit in biology. And in biology we divide living organisms into kingdoms. There are bacteria, which we're all pretty familiar with, protozoa, which are basically kind of bacteria-like, except they have animal characteristics. They're mobile and they have a biology similar to animals, but they're single-celled. Then there's the chromista, which are your algae, or basically single-celled organisms that are plant-like. Then you have your plantae, which are basically your plant kingdom, your fungal kingdom, and animalia, which is the animal kingdom. And this order is basically in increasing complexity of the organism. Fungi is in between plant and animal in that it has some characteristics of both, but it also has some characteristics that are unique to it that separate it from plants and from animals. We tend to think of fungi as plants, but they're not. They have a very different biology than plants. They do not have chloroplasts. They don't use sunlight to convert. They don't convert sunlight into energy. They get their energy from other sources. So, and their reproductive system's very different as well. Alright, let's talk about how fungi are broken down. This is going to be a really brief overview. So fungi is a kingdom, and then it's broken down into basically, well, I've got five. I've read that there's more, but I've got five phylums. There's Ascomycota, which are basically sac fungi and yeast. Basidiomycota, which are the club fungi. These are most of the fungi that we eat. Chytridiomycota, which are water fungi. Glomerulomycota, which are the mycorrhizal. These are the ones that form symbiotic relationships with plant roots and help break down things in the soil that make plants grow better. And then there's Zygomycota, which are basically like black bread mold and other mold type, and that's a real simplification of what the different phylums are. Next, let's look at the Basidiomycota. There's over 30,000 species, and they fall into three classifications: Agaricomycothia, which are the higher fungi. Most of the mushrooms that we eat and grow are Agaricomycothia. There's Puciniomycothia, which are rust fungi, and Ustalaginomycothia, which are smut. Both of these you don't commonly notice. They're just digesters of various things. Smut often digests grain and fruit and that sort of thing. Alright, that's kind of the basics that I wanted to talk about the taxonomy and a little bit about the biology of fungi. The taxonomy of fungi and of all biological organisms is an ever-evolving process. So if you've got different information about how fungi are divided up, you may have newer or older information than I have. But it's an ever-changing field as we learn more about the DNA and about fungi as they're studied in greater detail.